Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So week 6 of Summer of Pain is finally here and the boss turns out to be Hydra Adaptoid. So this is a robot champion that does not have access to a level 3. However, as a robot he's immune to poison and he's also immune to bleed. One of the nodes here give him immunity to armor breaks. Then we also have to deal with Special Lock 2, Limber, and Power Build-Up, and Power Overflow, which is actually kind of beneficial for us for most part. And obviously Kabam's latest favorite node, True Focus, that we can see here. Basically says no Quake, no Ghost. Right. Additionally, this Hydra Adaptoid has access to very lengthy unstoppable buff whenever he throws a special attack, and then periodically he gains power. So it's a fairly troublesome boss, but it really isn't all that bad. So for today's video I have prepared you 6 one-shots. I just did a stream where I did some bunch of other one-shots, but I'm going to showcase you 6 solos. We're going to fast forward through some of them on the most boring bits. And then we're going to discuss the best options for Cavalier players who do not care about any solo objectives, and we're also going to take a look at best champions for Thronebreaker objectives, which are XL Villain, Shield Champion, and Metal Champion. Right, so let's start with the most basic way how to defeat this guy. This is actually a strategy that you can use pretty much with every single champion. 1 second, let me just shrink this down a bit so it fits in the screen better. But yeah, this is a strategy that you can use with every single champion. Just do 4-hit combos and block. Do 4-hit combos and block. So here I am getting a shield mission. It is going to be solo. Sometimes he will still throw his special attacks even though you're blocking. That's not the biggest of the deal, but the strategy here is going to be fairly simple, and you can do this with any champion that's basically beefy enough and does enough damage, because we're going to be sticking to our 2 bars of power. They gave us Special Lock 2, which can be annoying for some champion rotations, I'm not going to deny that, but it is a debuff, and it is giving you a willpower heal. And that is exactly what we're going to capitalize on. So for the rest of this fight, I will not throw my level 2. I will just capitalize on having this willpower healing enabled for me. And I will do 4-hit combos, bait out heavy attacks, punish the heavy attacks, and that's it. That's all that I'm doing. That's all there is to this strategy. And you can use it with pretty much any champion that heals from willpower, that hits hard enough, and well, has enough block proficiency, is not too squishy. I doubt this would work with Hitmonkey, but most of the average champions at rank 2 6-star level, rank 5 5-star level, if they're beefier, or rank 3 6-star level, you can probably get by like this. So here we can see me kind of casually going for that shield mission with a champion that has pretty much 0 abilities that counter opponent's power gain, 0 abilities that counter his limber, 0 abilities that counter his unstoppable. Just not letting him throw a special attack by manipulating AI. Now he does it. Once again, it's not the biggest deal in the world. I'm just going to hold my block here. We can see that my health bar is doing a lot better than his, so I can take some extra hits and block. Why not? And we're just going to go in, and I'm going to finish it off towards the end with a level 2 once I'm going to be sure that it does in fact finish the job. And yeah, once again, this is the strategy for everyone. Do not need specific shenanigans, but it's all the block, 4 hits, done and dusted. Utilize that willpower heal. Right, the next fight, I think we're gonna roll on potentially the easiest way. This is not potentially the easiest way. Potentially the easiest, quickest, and cheesiest way how to do it is Ronin. Now, as I mentioned before, he has that power overflow or power build-up node, but basically whenever he's past 2 bars of power, he's going to be starting to gain prowess. And that is going to be trick here. Now, unfortunately, here he did throw his special attack, which kind of sucks. I ideally want him to throw no special attacks, and I'm doing my best to make sure that happens. So I'm going to throw my special when I will be close to 2 bars of power. We can see that he here gained his first prowess buff, against his second. That's fine. I'm gonna get in like 4-hit combo. I think I got too greedy. I should have cut it shorter, but it's fine because he can't throw his level 3 anyhow. And here we go. At this point, the fight is won. You can definitely get it done with lower star or Ronin. Why not? And yeah, obviously here majority of the damage, well, all of the damage past this point is going to be from recoil. But yeah, Ronin should also technically qualify for metal champion, but for whatever reason, apparently it's bugged in the game and it doesn't count a Ronin as a metal champion. But hey, as a cow player or somebody who just wants to get in a quick completion run, this is about as simple, as easy as it gets. Obviously, as he gains more buffs, the harder you're going to start hitting. And this is the best cheese scenario. I believe 4-star Ronin should be more than enough to get this done. Next up, one of my favorite matchups here is because this is the champion that I used actually to defeat this boss in Act 6. And it's She-Hulk. Now with She-Hulk, the only thing you kind of need to be wary is that you need to save your parries. It does have Limber active, however, you still have fair few amount of parries till they go short enough that you cannot throw a heavy attack after a parry. So the main thing that you need to do here is just kind of throw your parries whenever they are, whenever your slow debuff is about to expire. And that is pretty much it. Drop some level 1s in order to gain some of those fury buffs quicker. And that is it. I'm just going to fast forward through this one because, yeah, you guys get the point. She-Hulk, let's get at some point here. I'm going to get whatever. 14 Furies, 80 hits in. You can still see since I used my parries sparingly, I can still use them in order to apply my slows. And that is all that she wrote pretty much. I'm going to drop my level 2. Now here, unfortunately, I was a bit too slow, so I did the re-parry. He's 1% here, and yeah. That is it. She-Hulk is also very straightforward, quick, simple solo. Unfortunately, she does not give you any missions. Moving on to solo number 4, because I did promise you 6 solos. I'm going to try to get in as many solos as whichever week it is, I suppose. Either way. And it's Magneto. And I'm definitely going to fast forward this one, because it is actually a lot less exciting than most people would think. This guy is immune to armor break, and on top of that, you cannot get your level 3. So it is kind of annoying, and it is limiting your damage output. And I will throw a couple of level 2s here, but basically you're just capitalizing on the fact that he has 70% ability accuracy reduction. And again, I'm going to be willpower healing for a significant portion of the fight. And it's going to be a bit lengthy fight. I'm going to be messing around towards the end and getting hit quite a bit just to showcase how sustainable that willpower is. But yeah, you have enough time to get in your heavy attacks pretty much always, because Magneto does have extended parry stand duration against all metal champions, so that's super helpful. That's it. I did not get lucky with a single big level 2, none of them crit. I mean, they still did decent enough damage, I suppose. Here I did make another mistake. I run in punish after he was unstoppable. Honestly, I was just losing focus in this fight. Magneto can do it relatively quickly. It's just gonna take a while. That's about it. And it's no missions given as well, so I don't know. You can do it if you want. You can do it with Magneto. It's fairly straightforward. Again, you're regenning pretty much for most of the fight, and half the time, or 70% of the time to be specific, his unstoppable will not activate after his special attacks. So it's pretty much kind of like a regular normal fight with a gimped damage output for Magneto, and nothing too crazy to see there. Well, I guess I need to show that it was indeed a solo. So at some point here, he's at 10%, he's at 8%. I think I'm going to finish it with a random level 2 here at this point. And I did get hit a bunch, but none of it really mattered. And now White Magneto. White Magneto actually does better here, or Magneto House Effects, I should say. So I activated the pre-fight ability, so I do not care about the Limber at all whatsoever. So at this point, even when he is going to be unstoppable, then I can still land in like 2 hits whilst he's stunned. And yeah, initially I will get a bit unlucky because he's gonna go unstoppable pretty much all the time. But you can use the same strategies, basically just heal with level 2s if you want to, or you can throw the level 2s. Actually, for most part in this fight, I was throwing my level 2s because there is degeneration associated with that. And yeah, so White Magneto House Effects actually got this fight done even quicker than the red, more popular counterpart. So for this fight and this fight specifically, Magneto House of X was actually better and quicker for me at the very least. I will get in some juicy, nice level 2s there, but yeah, it's basically as simple fight as it can be. So let's go here. Hopefully I'm going to get a good level 2 to showcase the finish. 35k, 29k, decent 1000 degen, and he's going to pretty much degen out of here. So I did make a few mistakes along the way, but yeah, Magneto House of X also a wonderful, wonderful option. So Mojo is actually a very, very important, because Mojo fits 2 of the champion requirements for Thronebreaker players, and Mojo does the extra large villain part and the metal champion part. Now you do need to be a bit careful. It's not going to be a perfect fight here, and it also kind of depends on the opponent's AI and whatever prompt you are getting, because some of them are quite difficult to fulfill here. For instance, punish opponent's special attack if whilst he's unstoppable. That's not the smartest thing to try to do. But yeah, for most part, it's a very, very good fight, because Mojo makes sure that his power gain buffs make him degen, his unstoppables make him degen fair amount, and even without Mystic Dispersion, even with Liquid Courage Double Edge active, I got the fight down here with Mojo relatively easily. I did this live as well. This is one of the, well, Mojo was the champion that I used to fulfill my objectives, well, 2 of them anyways. And I used magic for the shield objective. The first time here on this video I did it with Black Widow Deadly Origins, but magic is arguably the best option. You can visit my stream that I just finished about an hour ago if you want to see that magic solo. I think I did it with magic after She-Hulk solo. So yeah, here we have Mojo just slapping that Adaptoid, and yeah, you just kind of need to make sure that here I think he didn't want to cooperate with me. I don't know why he didn't want to throw a special attack, but whatever. I end up doing it myself. Cool. And my health bar might not look the healthiest, but keep in mind that Mojo's regeneration gets more and more potent the lower my health goes. As we can see that I'm recovering fair amount of health, and then obviously that power lock debuff can help a bit as well, but in this fight I am mainly throwing my level 2s fairly liberally, and yeah, at this point I'm at like 8 charges, so I'm dealing plenty of damage thanks to that Fury buff, and there's not too much to worry about. It's a fairly easy fight, nothing too tricky. The end is going to be a bit finicky, but here we can see that he has a level 2 and done and dusted. Did I have anything else left over? Yeah, Kingpin. Kingpin actually has very, very interesting mechanic. Now, you can approach the fight using Kingpin in several different ways. Like, you can throw level 1s, which reduce opponent's attack and degen over time and can still be very helpful. Or you can just not use special attacks. You can also use level 2s if you want. But we're going to be taking a look at the kind of cool interaction here for Kingpin. So for Kingpin, I'm just going to build up to 2 bars of power. And I actually, well, here I'm going to build back to 2 bars of power. And here you can see that the power lock debuff is trying to reapply itself all the time, and Kingpin keeps shrugging it off eventually, right? It sometimes sticks for a while, but it gets shrugged off. And basically, Kingpin consistently gains the rage charges here. And so he has increase in damage output. He also gains power periodically. And yeah, the entire fight is pretty much the same manner as I did it with Black Widow Deadly Origins, where I just hold block, hope he doesn't throw special attacks, and well, he shouldn't be throwing if I hold my block properly, gain the charges, increase my damage output, and just slowly but surely chip him down. You can see that whenever I crit, I just keep my charges active. I'm keep getting the overpower buff. At least 2 of them, well, normally for most part it's about 2 of them active at all times, plus I obviously heal from Kingpin's rages, from that power lock, and yeah, Kingpin is also a very, very solid solo option. I think that is it. I promised you 6 solos, so these were the 6 one-shots, and I used some other champions somewhere in between on the live stream as well, like Dr. Doom can easily one-shot, so on and so forth. So let's actually jump there and let's take a look first and foremost at Cavalier players. So the best options for Cavalier players would be Ronin, the stun cheese. She-Hulk did it very easily, either one of the Magneto. Shang-Chi stun actually can bypass that limber, so Shang-Chi with his slow debuff also will be absolutely phenomenal option. Sorcerer Supreme, because it is nullify, slow, and heal on block city. Unfortunately, he's armor break immune, so you're not going to be doing as much damage. But Sorcerer Supreme definitely can one-shot this guy quite easily if you're not running Liquid Courage Double Edge. Then we have Longshot. And if you build up prowesses on purpose, then there could be some very interesting nuke strategies coming out of this entire thing, which I think I'll try out. I think I'll upload a separate video with Longshot. And Morningstar is kind of similar to Longshot, where you let him build up a bunch of prowesses and then just nuke him down with like a massive level 2. So that should be working out quite well. And let's go over all of the objectives. So with Shield, there are like realistically like 3 decent options. It's Magic, Dr. Voodoo, and Black Widow Deadly Origins. Those are the champions that people likely will have, and you can do have one-shots with all of them. Now, if you happen to have ranked up like Black Widow or Hawkeye, perhaps they work well enough as well. But obviously Quake, discounted. Ooh, Nick Fury. I need to add Nick Fury here, because Nick Fury can more than likely get it done as well. Nick Fury. So, let me add Nick. You can't bleed, but, you know, he has double health pool, so just block and bait heavies and punish and all that stuff. Should be working out quite well. Right, then XL villains. Mojo and Kingpin I demonstrated in this video. Red Hulk is super tanky guy, so he can definitely do the strategy that I showed with Black Widow Deadly Origins. Just do 4 hits, block, bait heavy, 4 hits, block, bait heavy. Don't use special attacks, don't do anything else. 4 hit combos and bait heavy. APOC, I did try out on the stream. I'm not sure if it's the solo is all that easy with APOC. Maybe if you kind of try to heal up plenty. You can try throwing your level 2s and get concussion active and then trying to refresh it for a while, but you can't make it permanent because of 2-lock, but APOC should be a decent option. Now, I did not try out Sentinel myself, but I think Sentinel should be able to do it slowly but surely. So I have heard in my chat. Unfortunately, he does not benefit from willpower, so you will not be able to use the hold level 2 forever strategy, and it will be very tedious and long fight, but I do think that Sentinel should be able to get this done. And then we have Venom, because Venom you can play again in a few different ways, as in like you can hold your level 2, or you can keep throwing your level 1s to also try and regen. So it's kind of up to you, but yeah, Venom should be able to slug it out slowly but surely. When it comes to metal champions, obviously there are significantly more options, and I'm not going to list all of them. There's many more metal champions in the game, and as I said, any champion that can heal from willpower and is tanky enough and does enough damage should be able to get it done. The champions that I have made sure can definitely do it are Mojo, Doom, Dragon Man, Hulkbuster, Stealth Suit Spidey. Yellow Jacket seems pretty much perfect on it on paper. Angela should be working quite well, and so should, I don't know, Odin perhaps, because he's also a bit of a tank. Silver Centurion, because he has access to slow, and, well, few other champions. But again, you can just use the strategy that I use with Black Widow Deadly Origins. Check which champions you have actually ranked up. It's quite possible that Guillotine 2099, for instance, can do it. I think there are plenty of options for this objective in particular, but that is about it. I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. This has been a bit lengthy video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys found it useful, and as always, I'll be back next week with well, exactly the same guide, hopefully with 7 solos. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about